They cannot get Isak. Do you hear me, guys? We as the Premier League must unite.
Bend it! Penalty! I can't believe it. I can't believe it, people. Like, genuinely, I'm in shock. This transfer window is just dropping bombers after bombers after bombers. Because as much as I was sat there earlier saying, I don't think Isak leaves Newcastle United, it's come out now that the striker has asked to leave and explore options away from St. James's Park. This is massive. This is huge. This is the best striker in world football right now as a complete forward asking to leave Newcastle Football Club. Now, the big question is, where does he go? And I am begging, I am praying, it is not that football club. It's not the team that wears the same as this microphone. It's not the Premier League champions. Please, Liverpool, do not get your credit card. Do not get your Monzo. Do not get your tie. Do not get your banker card out. Just please don't do it. Liverpool, please. Let football be football. Let there be some fun. Let there be some energy, competitiveness. Because if Liverpool go out now and spend money on Alexander Isak, it's game over. I'm sorry, Premier League, there will not be a title race. Arsenal, yeah, you got your Gyökeres. Man City, yeah, you got your Cherkis and all that. Liverpool, Florian Wirtz, and Alexander Isak in the same summer, curtains. With Mohamed Salah and Van Dijk staying, curtains. With Arne Slot already there now settled in, curtains. Liverpool are scaring me because I know that if I had to pick one club that are going to go out there looking to buy Alexander Isak, it's going to be this football club. Guys, this is breaking news. This is massive. If you've not seen it, Fabrizio Romano has said Alexander Isak has informed Newcastle of his desire to explore a move away this summer. Club are aware of plans and will now decide how to move from this situation. Newcastle have already started exploring a move for a top striker in the market. Top striker. No offense to Johan Visser. He's a squad player. He could come in for 25, 30 million or 35 million. But Newcastle are now looking for a top striker. Well, their main striker who they wanted, Hugo Ekitike, has now joined Liverpool. So who do Newcastle go out and get? Who's the type of profile that they go out and get? Because they need someone that's going to facilitate Elanga, Murphy, Gordon. They wanted someone that's going to be able to drop into the pockets, have pace, have dribble. But that's not the problem right now for Newcastle. The problem is, for us rival fans, where is he going to end up? Because I can't think of many other teams other than Liverpool.
This is it. The 24th of July could be the date that the Premier League title was won. Some of the biggest news that you could possibly imagine has just landed. Now, the name that I'm about to say to you is incredibly important. The name is Craig Hope. Craig Hope of the Daily Mail. Now, the reason that I'm really accentuating who delivered this story is because Craig Hope is about as reliable as you were going to get with regard to matters in the Northeast. The fact that this has come from Craig Hope really is significant. It means it's true. It means that we can count on it. It means it's genuine. And it means that it has happened. This is no longer rumour. This is no longer conjecture. This is no longer gossip on the internet. This is fact. Because if it's come from Craig Hope, we can take it as gospel. So Alexander Isak wants to leave Newcastle United. It is now a fact that Alexander Isak is agitating for a move away from Newcastle United. This really is huge because there's only one possible suitor. When you think about clubs that could actually realistically make this move for Alexander Isak work, there is literally only one club. I'm immediately discounting the opportunity of Al Hilal signing Alexander Isak. I see it as nonsense and I don't really want to talk about it anymore. The only club that can actually make this work, it's Liverpool. Liverpool are his only possible destination. And now he is openly looking for a move. Liverpool have the green light to try and trigger a move. They have the green light to try and possibly spend, 150 million quid? Alexander Isak has not gone to Singapore with his teammates. I therefore believe that Alexander Isak will never play for Newcastle United again. The fact that he has already turned his back on his teammates, he has left Eddie Howe, he has not travelled with his team, it makes it impossible for him to play for them again. So he will be leaving Newcastle United. Therefore, he needs a new club. Therefore, he will have to play somewhere else. And surely now, the only way that he can continue his career, his glowing career, his glittering career, is by playing for Liverpool Football Club. And I feel like this was always going to happen. You know, I did a video with Adi Oladipo on this very channel just yesterday where we spoke about the potential of this happening. And Adi, despite being a Liverpool fan, maybe you adopt a slightly more pessimistic outlook when you are a Liverpool fan. He said that he didn't think this was possible to get over the line. I always felt like it was possible. It actually feels like an obvious fit. What we have at the moment is we have the best striker in the league currently playing for the team that finished 5th in the league. So the best striker plays for the 5th best team. That isn't how things usually align. What usually happens is the best striker plays for the best team. The best striker competes for the title. The best striker competes for European silverware. And Alexander Isak is not capable of being part of a team at Newcastle United that are going to win the Premier League title. At Liverpool, almost it's a shoo-in. It's such a snug fit. And when you think about who Liverpool are currently, when you think about the Liverpool sporting project currently, there is no more inspiring project in world football than what is going on at Liverpool Football Club.
I was about to go to the barbers. Yeah, I told the barbers, wait on me. I said the trim can wait. Because this can't wait. Isak has handed in a transfer request. Isak has basically told Newcastle, I want to leave. Liverpool are lurking. I'm worried. I'm worried. How do Liverpool have the money? What's going on here? Can someone else come in from Al Hilal? Can you come in from? Is there anyone else? They tried to say he was injured this morning. I didn't believe it. They really tried to cover this up, you know. Brother said, yo, you tried to cover this up, yeah? Brother, I'm leaving, brother. Craig Hope has just put in a bomber right now, people. Newcastle fans, I'm sorry, but this ain't looking good for you, man. Aye, mate? Why, mate? You know what I'm going to say? Why, mate? Yeah, what is going on, bro? Exclusive. Alexander Isak tells Newcastle he wants to explore move away from football club. Exploring for clubs is okay. You can explore, you can monitor, you can assess, you can do whatever you want. But when a player says you want to explore, where are you exploring, bro? The training ground? The facilities? Do you know what I mean? Like, you ain't exploring anything right now. He wants to explore a way out. It is getting serious. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Liverpool right now have only got the capabilities. Maybe at Chelsea, but I don't see that happening when you just signed man like João Pedro and Dilla. I just can't see that happening. So I'm ruling out Chelsea. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Liverpool remain interested for a reason. They were exploring a deal for a reason, but Newcastle said he's not for sale. Now, do you keep an unhappy player at your football club? What do you do? When you've got a manager who comes out and says, I don't think it's best to bring him because, you know, right now he's not in the right headspace. Are you okay, bro? And then you don't take him to preseason tour. Oh, because he's got a niggle. Oh, because he's got a thigh problem. But apparently the scan said it wasn't true and he's okay and it was cleared. So which is it? I'm shitting myself. Because if Liverpool get him, it's a wrap. It is a wrap, bro. Just give him the Premier League title. Do you want me to just hand him right now? Because what's the point? What are we here for? What are we here for? Just hand him the title and it's game over. They're 21 in it. They cannot get Isak. Do you hear me, guys? We as the Premier League must unite, bro. Newcastle, do whatever you need to do, bro. Give the guy 300 grand a week. Make him your highest paid player. You are the richest club in the world, bro. What's wrong with you lot, man? Seriously. What is wrong with you lot? Spend some money,
Cleverly,
man.
welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge, and absolutely huge football transfer news we're breaking here today. Isak wants out of Newcastle. We've been tracking this story all summer. Does it mean Liverpool go in? Does it mean he goes to Saudi? Does somebody else come in? This transfer window that's given so much is going to give so much more. It's not over. It's not over, and it's only getting bigger. This would be the biggest summer transfer of the summer. And I just wonder whether Arsenal are looking at this and Liverpool are looking at this and thinking, did we jump too soon on Gyökeres and Ekitike? Well, the answer is for Arsenal, yes. A player that looked like he would always be a good fit for Arsenal will not be playing for them. They've made their move. It will be Gyökeres. But for Liverpool, the belief is there could still be move, there still could be movement, there still could be room. This is the breaking story. It came from Craig Hope in the Daily Mail, to be fair, because that's who Ben Jacobs and Fabrizio Romano are both quoting, and they're both saying this. Alexander Isak has told Newcastle he wants to explore a move away. He wants to go. He wants to go. All other interested clubs are aware. Liverpool told Newcastle prior to signing Ekitike they were prepared to pay a British transfer record fee. Another attacker is still possible for Liverpool if Luis Diaz is sold, and with Darwin Núñez expected to leave as well, another approach is not ruled out. Al Hilal have told Newcastle they are ready to make a significant offer despite no engagement yet on the player side. Isak has not shown encouragement to Saudi so far. He wants to assess his options rather than committing now to a new Newcastle contract. He remains well contracted until 2028. I mean, look, the minute he didn't get on the plane to Asia with Newcastle because of a minor injury, I think we've all played the game and we all knew where that was going to go. Where is he going to end up? First thing first, he's got to dismiss Saudi. If he doesn't dismiss Saudi, it's the most logical option because Newcastle will get the most money out of Saudi. They could get 200 million quid. So he could end up going to Saudi. And for Newcastle, that's probably the preferred option, especially with their Saudi ownership. But if Isak, and the player has the power here, we spoke about this a few weeks ago. Newcastle fans were going, he's not going anywhere, he's not going anywhere. And I remember saying, it all depends on Isak. Liverpool want him. Newcastle want to keep him. He's not going anywhere. But if the player says, I want to go, it changes everything. And literally, he's had his head turned. He wants to go. It's a strange one because Newcastle will be in the Champions League. So he is going to play in the Champions League in the best league in the world. He could have stayed for another year. But obviously, he feels the time is now. My suspicion, and it's pure speculation, I think he wanted the Liverpool move. I think he's seen Ekitike go and he's seen his opportunity disappearing. And I think that's made him unhappy. I don't think he's particularly happy that he wasn't given the opportunity to discuss that Liverpool move. And I think the Ekitike deal and the Gyökeres deal has basically made him feel, like he maybe should have been given the opportunity to talk to those clubs. And now he's pushed it and said, I'm not happy. I actually want to explore exits.
Breaking in the past 10 to 15 minutes, multiple reports confirmed now by Fabrizio Romano. And I want to read this for you verbatim as to not to misquote what is being said. But for me, this is Alexander Isak wanting to leave Newcastle. That's my personal opinion. But what has been said here is that Alexander Isak has informed Newcastle of his desire to explore a move this summer. The club are aware of the players' plans and will now decide on how to move. Newcastle have already restarted exploring the move for a new top striker. Fabrizio also said he understands that Alexander Isak remains a target for Liverpool even after signing Isak. But of course, this depends on Newcastle. If Newcastle open the door to an exit, Liverpool will sell Diaz and they can bid after direct contact made 10 days ago. Isak, it says, not in contract talks with Al Hilal so far. So the news of a move to Saudi has been played down at this particular moment. Of course, Craig Hope from the Daily Mail broke this news. He is a Northeast football correspondent closely working in relation to Newcastle, says that Alexander Isak tells Newcastle he wants to explore a move away. That is as close to a official transfer requests as you can get. This has been the fear. This has been the concern. This has been the worry of Newcastle fans for many months. But as we told you here on the Football Terrace, it wasn't about digging Newcastle out. It wasn't about attacking Newcastle. It was the simple fact that there was too much noise. There was too much noise about an exit. There was too much noise without it being rebutted. There was too much Newcastle don't intend to sell, don't want to sell. Newcastle value him very highly. There was too many links to Liverpool without any top Liverpool journalist shutting it down for me to believe this wasn't a bona fide possibility. Training by himself, Eddie Howe's comments, missing the pre-season tour, all of these things together. One of them is a coincidence, but all of these factors together pointed to one thing for me: the distinct, genuine possibility of an exit from Newcastle Football Club to Liverpool for Alexander Isak.